Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today, and joining me now is Matt Apple from Apple Farm Service, one of our fine sponsors here on In Ohio Country Today. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about this event today down here in Houston Woods in College Corner, Ohio. Just a beautiful venue to begin with, but precision technology is what it's all about, and let's talk about what we're doing here today.
We completely rebuilt our precision department from the ground up, and we want to focus on technology and how it's being used in the ag industry and make sure that Apple Farm Service is the leader in technology and ag going forward from now on.
You know, being on the edge of cutting edge, if you will, of that kind of technology for your ag producers out there really helps their bottom line, puts money back into their pocket. The investment in that really helps them make sure that they're achieving what they want to achieve as far as their financial goals are concerned. And that's really what Apple Farm Service is all about.
Absolutely. We're trying to make sure that they have all the tools they need. And we all know the struggles with employment and finding people willing to do and knowing what's going on to just push the technology aspect and help farmers be more productive and more profitable.
So, Matt, the last time we caught up with you was Washington Courthouse, when you just got into Washington Courthouse. Been a lot of changes since then, but why not give us an update, if you will, on what's happening down there?
I can't be happier with that store and how well it's progressed. Obviously, you're going to have some growing pains. You're going to have a little bit of turnover. We've been able to maintain pretty much almost everybody down there, and we've been able to add some very key pieces. And that store it's not 100% where we want it to be, but it is absolutely going on the right track.
And you guys are continuing to grow, too, just not too far from here in West College Corner. Let's talk about what you're doing over there at that facility just across the border in Indiana.
Yes, we saw a definite need for an upgrade in one of our facilities, and we've decided to put a very large investment and a much larger facility. It's going to be as big as Covington, showroom-wise and service tech-wise. Where it's going to be a very state-of-the-art facility going forward.
You know, we talked about some of the technology that you have, but also the aspect of service. Apple Farm Service is in your name. And one cool thing is that if you look at the area that you cover, it's like from here to Columbus to Lima to Dayton area. It's just an enormous territory. How do you stay on top of that as far as maintaining those facilities and maintaining consistency and communication?
Well, it's part of our culture. The biggest thing is our culture. We were born out of parts and service, and will always be focused on parts and service. Sales is always the icing on top of the cake, but parts and service is where our heart is. And our service area is much larger than that. With some of the New Holland dealers that have been pulled out, we actually service into Kentucky and West Virginia. So it's quite a bit of a territory, yes. It's very difficult to handle.
Now, about a year ago, I know that you were talking about a lot of issues when it comes to supply chains with those parts. You guys managed to keep and store and house a variety of parts. Do you see the supply chain kind of easing up?
A little bit. I wouldn't say we're out of the woods yet with supply chain issues. I think the economy and the demand is going to be a little softer here in 2023, but I believe that will help the supply chain, but I don't think we're quite out of the woods yet.
You know, today's event, this Precision Academy, is more than highlighting the education and the news and information that your farmer patrons need from experts that work for you, but you guys do a great job in bringing in people from the outside to help educate your farming community, your patrons. And you do that all year long, especially going into planting season. This Precision Technology event is just the start of going into planting season, where you bring people into your various locations and bring in the experts to help those farmers out.
Yes, not only that, but something I heard earlier today in one of the breakout sessions that really resonated heavily with me is some of the FFA education aspects of it, and the going into the classrooms with these younger students and battling the misinformation from some of the activists out there that are teaching in our community, to saying, hey, the agricultural sector is not what some of these activists paint it out to be, and what some of these misinformed educators seem to want to push. And it really hit home with me, and being part of the solution in some of that is huge, and that's what some of this is for today.
Yeah, we know our farmers are good stewards of the land. They try all the time. Regulations and EPA and all these other things that are weighing them down and slowing them down, and sometimes costing them money, is what the issue is, really what it's all about. And you find that firsthand when you talk to your farmer patrons. They really care about their land. They can't be successful if they didn't have a fruitful ground to work from, right?
That's correct. That's 100% correct. They try very hard, and it's very unfortunate that that misinformation is out there.
You know, the generations that Apple Farm Service has been in business has always been connected to the farming community, and you guys do a great job of educating non-farmers alike through our television show and various other means, communicating to the general public what it means to be a farmer here in the Buckeye State. You got to be pretty proud of that, right, Matt?
Oh, I'm very blessed. I'll be honest. Being in the position I'm in with a family, I couldn't be more blessed. I'll be honest.
And you got to say the future looks bright for Apple Farm Service, right?
I believe so. Yes, we have a good, young, talented management team put in place, and Bill's still here. He's not retiring. We're just making sure that he has a little bit less responsibility, but more of the fun things he enjoys doing. And we're definitely going what I feel is in the right direction. Not that we weren't before, but definitely going in the right direction, focused on the technology aspect of things, focused on the parts and service end of things, and just very customer focused, and doing our best to help everybody get along a little bit easier.
Well, I would be remiss once again if I didn't thank you for your sponsorship on our television show, our radio program, and our podcast. We really appreciate your support. And once again, if people want more information, you can always check them out on the web at applefarmservice.com. Matt Apple has been our guest. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country Today right after this.